Hello, welcome to Cybersecurity class, and we'll be discussing on cybersecurity tools, control and defensive measures. Cybersecurity tools, controls and defensive measures. We'll quickly look at the security policy and procedure, access control, mechanism, authentication and authorization, firewalls and intrusion detection system. We look at antivirus and endpoint protection, data encryption and key management, and lastly, backup recovery and disaster management. For this, we will be able to explore the practical mechanism and strategies used to be able to protect digital system networks and data from cyber threats. And effective cybersecurity relies on tools, policy, and procedures to be able to prevent, detect, and able to respond to attacks. And this we will cover both the technical and the administrative control, providing a holistic view of defense strategy that safeguards confidentiality, integrity, and availability of information. Let's go to the foundations of cybersecurity. Foundation of cybersecurity, and this deals with the security policy and procedure. When we talk about security policies, they actually they form the bedrock of an organization's cybersecurity strategy, and they are established. They establish rules, guidelines, and processes for how information systems are being used, managed, and protected. And the technical tools are only effective when supported by well-defined policy and consistent operational procedure. And when we talk about the security policy, they are actually the formal documents that defines how an organization protects information assets, and they ensure consistent practice, complying with regulations, and also guiding of employees in safeguarding data. And we have the likes of organizational policy. We also have system-specific policy, which focus on particular system, and we have the issue-specific policy that address concerns like password management. And for security procedures, it's actually a step-by-step instructions for implementing security policies, and they ensure consistent and effective application of controls. And it includes incident reporting workflow, backup and recovery processes, and access provisioning and revocation. Let's look at access control mechanism, and these are actually crucial for regulating who can access information system and resources, and the effective access control reduces the risk of unauthorized access, data breaches, and insider threats by enforcing the principle of least privilege. And the purpose of this is to protect sensitive data, to ensure the enforcement of least privilege, and also the provision of accountability for access activities. And the components of access control system include authentication, authorization, and audit monitoring. For authentication, it actually verifies users' identity, and this includes the password, biometrics, the MFA, and we also have authorization, which determines what authenticated user can access. And the last, which is audit and monitoring, tracks users' activity for accountability and forensic use. There are types of access control models, and these are discretional access control, which means that owners of a resource determines access, and it's actually flexible but risky and common in personal computing, and it's vulnerable to insider threats and malware. And we also have the mandatory access control, which talks about system enforcing access based on predefined security policy and labels. It's actually rigid but highly secure, and suitable for military or intelligences, and it's less flexible to administer. We also have the role-based access control, and for this, it actually talks about access rights assigned to roles. that is job function. Access rights are assigned to roles or job functions, and it simplifies management in large organization and supports least privilege, and it requires well-defined roles. And the last, which is attribute-based access control, is actually a dynamic access decision based on user, resources, environment, and context attributes, and it's most flexible and suited for cloud or remote works, and it's complex to implement. For authentication and authorization in details, authentication verifies identity, while authorization grants access to specific resources. And these distinct process are fundamental to securing system and data. Now, we've said authentication is the verification of identity of a user, device, or system before granting access. And when we talk about this, you can see it in terms of knowledge base, in terms of password and pins, and another is possession based, which is in terms of smart card and tokens. Another is the biometrics based, which is in terms of fingerprint or facial recognition. And the last one is multi-factor authentication, which is the MFA, which combines two or more methods for stronger security. And best practice includes strong password, MFA for critical system and monitoring authentication attempts. And for authorization, and we've said it's granting of or denying access to specific resource based on authenticated identity and assigned permission. And we can see, just like we said, role-based access control. We've also attribute-based access control list, which talks about permission defined at files or system level. And this ensures that users only access necessary resources, and prevents misuse of sensitive information. For the firewall and intrusion detection system, IDS, it's actually a critical technical defenses that monitor and control network traffic, preventing unauthorized access to and detecting potential threats. And when we talk about firewalls, a network security device or software that filters, it's a network security device or software that filters incoming and outgoing traffic based on defined rules. And it creates a barrier between trusted and untrusted networks. And the type of firewalls include packet filtering, stateful inspection, proxy firewalls, and next generation firewalls. And for intrusion detection system, it's actually the monitoring system that detects suspicious or malicious activity within the network or on individual devices, and they alert administrators to potential threats without blocking traffic. And the types include network-based IDS and host-based IDS. And the combination of these two provides, the firewalls and the IDS provides a layered security approach, blocking unauthorized traffic while monitoring for attacks that bypass initial control. Let's look at antivirus and endpoint protection. When we talk about endpoints, they are critical entry points for cyber threats, and protecting them with antivirus software and comprehensive endpoint protection solution is very important to prevent malware infection and detect breaches. And antivirus, let's look at antivirus software. It actually detects, prevents, and removes malware like virus, like worms and viruses, worms, and ransomware. And it scans files, emails, and web activities, offering real-time protection and quarantining if infected files. And for endpoints protection system, it extends beyond antivirus to provide comprehensive security for all connected devices, And components include antivirus and anti-malware ng, and behavioral analysis for anomalous activities, firewall and intrusion prevention, patch management, and device compliance. And the endpoint protection system offers centralized management, enhanced threat detection, and also reduce risk of lateral movement by attackers. Going to data encryption and key management, encryption and key management are important for protecting sensitive information, and encryption renders data unreadable to unauthorized users, while key management ensures cryptographic keys are handled securely. And when we talk about data encryption, we have the types like to include symmetric, which is single share key. We have asymmetric, which is public and private key pair, and we have hashing, which is verifies data integrity. And under the key management, it's actually includes the best practice includes securing storage, access control, regular rotation, and backup or recovery. And poor key management can compromise encryption effectiveness. We have the backup recovery and disaster management. And when we talk about backup, it's actually creating copies of data, applications, or system configuration. And the types include full backup, incremental, and differential backups. And you need to follow the 3-2-1 rules, and that's 3 copies, 2 media types, and 1 offsite. And for recovery, it is restoring system and data to normal operation. And key metrics are recovery time objective for downtime, and recovering points objective for data loss. And strategies range from cold site to hot site. And the last is disaster management, and this are the planning and actions to mitigate impact from natural, technical, or human caused disaster. And it includes disaster recovery planning, business continuity planning, and risk assessment and regular testing. In conclusion, the module has been able to establish that a robust defense relies on the integration of administrative policies and technical mechanism, and by layering standard and procedure with automated tools like firewalls, IDS, and encryption, organization create a defense in depth architecture that protects data at rest, in transit, and at the endpoint. Thank you for listening.